Now let's create the exterior walls. If we take a look at the wall section, we see one of the typical exterior walls here. It's made out of 2x6 framing, and then there is bad insulation in between. I want to go to maybe level 1 and architectural wall, edit type, duplicate, and I want to name it as exterior wood wall. Maybe I would add 2x6, 2x6. Okay, I can go to edit. So later when we create the details and the callouts, I can show the 2x6 framing here. But for now, I want to show the batt insulation where the 6 inches would go. So in the structure, I want to have 6 inches. I can put 6 inches here of batt insulation. I want to go here, create a material, rename it as insulation. I want to go to the asset browser and type insulation here. I'll select one of the insulations. I can close it. Okay. So that's the layer inside. So as you see, this is the exterior side and this is the interior side. Okay, so if we start by maybe the exterior, we have some sheathing on the exterior side, so I'm gonna create that. So I want to add one layer, move it up so it's on the exterior side, and change that to a finish layer. Do we have, let's see if we have some gypsum in here. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Maybe I would go with 1/2 inch for the thickness. Okay, and as we create the wall, you can see we can find some information in here. Okay, now we have the sheathing, we have the insulation which goes between the 2x6 frames. Maybe we can add the interior finish. So I want to add another layer, move it all the way down. This is gonna be also a finish on this side, and it's gonna be interior finish. Maybe I would go with plaster. I'll go with this one. I'm gonna select this. Maybe I would go with 1/2 inch again. Okay. Okay, I want to say okay, okay, and maybe I would go with finish face interior to create the wall on this side, and it's gonna go from L1 to L2. Finish face interior. Okay, I will create the wall from here to here. Okay. I want to create the wall on the other side as well, so I'm going to go to the wall, architectural, going finish face, interior. I want to start from the bottom to the top this time, so the interior is on the inside. Okay, now let's see it in the section. Okay, it's here. So this is the floor M2, and I want to edit the boundary and move this here and move this here. Okay. Okay, now it makes sense. This is the wall, and later we're gonna add this flashing where the floor ends. Now I can actually copy this wall and this wall, copy, paste to selected levels. Let's go to L2. Okay, they will go from L2 to L3. Can see that here. We can go back to the section, and this is our floor. I can go to L3, edit the boundary, and move this out on both sides. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. I can select the two walls, copy and paste them to level 3. Level 3 to roofs seems good. And it's like this on this side. Okay. I actually want to edit the boundary here and match the end of the floor with the wood part of the wall. So I'm gonna use tab, that one and that one on this side, and AL again, this one and this one. Okay, let's take a look at the section. I can actually select this and move this here. Okay, and on the other side as well. You can move this down. Now you can see in the 3D view that there's actually a cut in here, and we will add the flashing here later. I can also take care of this part, move that up. Now we need to add some windows. I'm gonna go to the architecture tab, window. This is a fixed one, that's good. How about I go with a duplicate? I want to go with about 1.5 meters, so 1500 by, if we take a look at here, if this is about 13 feet, and we just consider 10 feet of it, 10 feet should be good for the height. 10 feet, it's about 3,000. So I created the walls and the windows on the east and west side. Now I'm going to create the walls on the north and south side. So if you take a look at here, it seems that the facade is kind of divided into two parts. This is the first 3 spans, and then we have 4 spans over there. So I'm going to create a curtain wall for the first 3 spans, and one for the same spans on the second, third floor, and then I want to create that part separately. So let's go here. I want to go to level 1. I'm gonna create a curtain wall from here to here. Okay, so let's go to the architecture, wall, architectural. How about I use maybe storefront. I'm gonna start it from somewhere up about here, and I'm gonna end it at the end of the third span. Okay, and maybe this wall I would take it over there. Okay, so this is good. I can take a look at here. I want this wall to go from level 1 to level 2, and I want it to finish where this wall ends. So I want the type offset to be -89. Okay, and we can compare it with the facade. to have a better idea of how the mullions work, it seems that there has been originally 5 spans here and 4 mullions at the middle, and I can get rid of the first one and the fourth one, and it repeats the pattern here and here. We need to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me go here. The span was 25, so I can edit the wall. Actually here, the spacing, I want to increase this. Let's see, what if it's 1550? A bit better. 1555. 1560. 1565. It's not changing. 1570. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's almost good. Okay. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. Okay. Now I can hit Tab and unpin this. I want to delete this one. I want to delete this line. And at the top here, I'm gonna use add or remove segment. Okay, and remove that one. Okay, it's better now. Okay, also I want to hit tab to select this one in here. I can delete this one. Unpin, delete, and I want to add remove segment in here. Okay, I want to repeat this process for this one and this one. Now I want the top of this first glass panel to match with the top of this window over there. So let's select this, and I'm gonna go here. Horizontal grid, how about I change this to 3000? That's the dimension I had over there. Okay, so this is getting close to this panel. Then we need to add some glass door over there. Okay, now I'm gonna move to the second floor. Before doing that, maybe I could also select the floor and edit the boundary. I'm gonna move the boundary to maybe around here on this side as well. Okay, seems better. Okay, and this is level 2. I can create let me just check this. So okay, this is level 1. I can create a curtain wall on level 2. I want to go to wall, use the same wall, and move from here, hit a space, and go to here. Okay, let's see how it works. Okay, so that's good. This is gonna match with what we have in here. Okay, and in this one, I don't want to have this segment, so I can just remove it. Okay, so it's more like it. And now I want to create another one at the top. Also, I want this wall to match in height with this wall. So I want the top to be offset by -127. Okay. How about I copy and paste this wall to level 3. I can take care of this. I can edit the boundary for this floor, align it with the line that we have on the level below. Okay. I want to put 0 as the top offset for this one. So this wall seems good in here. And the flashing on that side will continue to the elevation on this side. Okay. Now let's take a look at the other part of the elevation. Now for this wall, I want to remove the segment at the top because there is not one in here. So I'm going to select this. Actually, I want to hit tab again, add remove segment, that one. Okay. Okay, better. Now I need to move it a bit down, so it's gonna end here. So I want this wall to end at the top of that window, so I can go to one of the elevations and check the distance here. Okay, from the top to this line is 1267. So if I go here and change the top offset to 1267. Okay, now let's create this part of the wall. I'm gonna go to level 2, start a wall by going to architecture wall. I'm going to use the other wall that I had created. This one, I'm going to use the finish face interior, and I'm going to start it from here. I'm going to start it from here actually, and go till here. Okay. Also, I want to make sure. Okay, that's a good joint over there. Now I want to select this wall. It goes from L2. I want it to go all the way to the roof. And I also want the base offset to be the top offset of this other wall. So if this is -1267, I want this one, the base offset, to be -1267. Okay, but now I want to create some windows to show the glass parts over there, and those windows, they should go from level 2 to the roof. Okay, we can check that dimension. It should actually be 14 feet plus 13 feet because that's how the elevation works, right? So if I start a window and finish that there, it's going to be 3962 times 2, or we can get it in here. those windows should be 79 24 millimeters. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to L2. I'm gonna I want to see if I can see. Okay, I want to see the wall below here, because the glass panels would be just above where the former framings were. Okay, so I want to go to L2. I'm going to put a window here, architecture window, and let's just double check that dimension. It was 79 24. I'm going to duplicate this window. 79 24 is the height. 79 24. Okay, and I want to put one in here. I want to put the next one in here. Okay, so it does match with this frame in here. I'm gonna use a line to match this line with that line. Okay, I have these two windows now. I want to maybe copy and paste them by putting them in here, also in here, and in here. Okay, let's see how it looks. Okay, very good. Okay, when I put the roof and then I put the parapet walls, I could also create this part at the top. Now for this part here, I want to see if I can select one of the panels and somehow change the material over there. So I'm going to see if I can use tab. So that's the panel. I want to unlock it. Then I want to go to edit type, duplicate it, and I want to name it as gray panel or facade panel. Okay, and rather than glass, I want to assign a different material. I'm gonna create a new material and name it as facade panels, and it's gonna look something like this. I can go out. So in the asset browser, we have this material wood vertical white. I'm gonna use that. It already has the vertical pattern that we see here in the facade, so we only need to change the color. So how about I edit the color from here? Okay, we're gonna see how it works. Okay, and okay, let's see how it works in shaded view. Okay, we'll get to renderings later. I'll get back to hidden line, and I wanna hit tab, unlock this, change the type to facade panel. Okay, and I'm gonna continue this for the rest of the panels here. Make sure to unpin them and then change it to facade panel. So this is how the facade looks like. I want to make some little change in this wall as well. I'm going to edit type, edit, preview. I want to add one more layer here. it's gonna be a finish layer, and I want to assign maybe 12.7 again, half an inch, and I want to change this material to facade panel that we just created. Oh, okay. So it's gonna match, those colors are gonna match with the ones we have here. So it's more similar now, except that it's a bit too thick over there. Maybe we could just go to the edit type and change the thickness of that panel in here. I might change it to like 3 millimeters. Okay. Okay. So it's more or less like what we have in here. So I want to just create one detail line in here so I can get the center point. I want to select everything on this side. Filter. I want to remove the columns. Okay, and actually I want to select the walls on this side. I want to make sure the columns are not selected. I'll go to level 1, and I want to mirror everything by selecting the middle point of this line that I draw here. Okay, so this is exactly the same as this side.